must unlearn what you have learned.
Hello there. Come here, my little friend. Don't be afraid.
Away with your weapon. I mean you no harm.
Kill him. Kill him now. Do it.
You failed me. I am a Jedi, like my father.
Hey, what's up? We're doing some Star Wars talk this week.
Hi, everybody.
Obviously we're doing Star Wars talk. You tuned in. All four of you guys. I'm proud of you. Fist bump through the mic. So, how are you doing today, Roberto?
I am fine there, Colton.
Cool. I heard you changed your name to Roberto Luongo.
I really didn't.
Oh. Well, then. So, no, but what's going on in your life? We didn't do Bridging the Geekdoms this week.
No,
so I figured we'd catch up on here.
Yeah, no Bridging the Geekdoms this week. Just things kind of snowballed, and I want to put together a quality episode and not a half thought out episode.
And not Star Wars talk episode.
But no, nothing really too much going on.
You watch anything on TV?
I've watched some things.
It doesn't have to be Star Wars related.
Okay.
We can just kind of catch up.
I watched a movie, Mom and Dad, came out in January 2018. It's a horror film,
Kind of.
quote-unquote horror film, by the same director and screenwriter that brought you such great movies like Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance and Crank. So
Okay, Crank wasn't half bad. I kind of enjoyed Crank.
But it's a Nicolas Cage movie. Nicolas Cage and Selma Blair are the two big stars in the movie, and it's a horror movie where parents all of a sudden just not decide, but for some odd reasons, for some weird thing, they start killing their kids.
Nice.
And it's only their kids they kill. They don't kill other people's kids. They only kill their children. And it is one of the... Nicolas Cage is an actor who goes for it. He swings for the fences sometimes. Sometimes it's a hit. It's a hit. Like sometimes
Like Con Air.
his overacting. See, Con Air I don't think has any overacting in it. It's a good movie.
Nah, it's
but
just Nicolas Cage, isn't it?
But see, I'm a big fan of Nicolas Cage. But there's some movies
You're
that
a
he
Nicolas
does
Cage.
where his acting is so large it just doesn't fit. Again, sometimes it hits. Sometimes you're like, you know what? It's large, but it worked for what I'm watching. This is a case, not so much. He swings for the fences a couple times in this movie, and it's not even cringeworthy. It's you can't help but laugh. Like, I couldn't imagine sitting in the theater watching this movie because I know that there would be people in the theater trying to take the movie serious.
And you're just like...
And I would have been laughing my ass off. I tried to...
Watch your profanity.
Sorry. I
We're talking about killing kids anyway, so...
I recorded, like... What was it, like a 30-second clip on my phone to post in the Facebook group. And prior to recording it, I already rewound and watched it like 10 times. So I was like, okay, I got to get my laughs out so I don't laugh while recording it.
And lo and behold.
And I couldn't help it. Like, the moment this one scene happens, I just lose it. I've watched it probably another 10, 15 times, and I'm still laughing at it.
From that clip, it's hilarious.
So I watched that. What else have I done? I don't know. Like,
We took a walk.
Yeah, we've been walking, working out, getting ready for our soft event.
Cutting down on the rolls.
Yeah, I mean, nothing. What else? I mean, we saw Deadpool.
Yeah, we saw Deadpool too.
2.
That'll be coming next week on Bridging the Geekdoms.
But yeah, nothing really crazy.
Yeah, just work and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's about 4-ish days until Solo. Well, I don't know. Day of recording. By the time when is this going up?
Probably Wednesday.
1 day until Solo. Well, 2 days technically, I guess.
Yeah, Friday's a release.
Yeah. 1 day for us.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to it? I feel like I stopped you.
No, I mean, Solo, it's coming out this week. Kind of excited about it. I keep saying this to people. I feel weird that I'm not more excited than I normally am for a Star Wars movie. Like, even when I was younger, like with episode 2, episode 1, episode 3, like those movies were an event for me. I had countdown calendars, I was all pumped about it. I did countdowns for The Force Awakens. I did countdowns for Rogue One and The Last Jedi. This one I haven't. And it's not that I don't want to see it. I do want to see it.
I think it's all the turmoil with the movie.
Yeah, I think it could be partially that, but I'm not Star Wars out. I'm probably I will probably be one of the last people in the world that ever gets Star Wars
you could
out.
just keep throwing it at me and I won't care.
But I think it's just the fact of what the movie is. I think, I want to see it because it's Star Wars. I don't want to see it because it's Solo. I want to see it because it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the mix comes, or this is coming into effect, because I never wanted a Solo movie. I still don't really want a Solo movie. It looks good. I think that's probably why my excitement level is low. So
You just don't want it. So I'm gonna skip the big news, kind of, because we didn't really confirm it yet. And we're gonna give you the Solo track listing.
So for the soundtrack.
Yes.
Okay.
No, just all the tracks that are solo in the movie.
Oh, okay.
All the railroads.
Okay.
Okay. So number 1, The Adventures of Han,
Makes sense.
which is music is composed and conducted by John Williams. It's John Williams' song in the movie.
That's his. Okay.
Yep. First song we hear, and then we have the Meet Han as number 2, which I'm sure we meet Han.
And the most of the rest of the soundtrack, because didn't you say John Williams has 2 songs? Or is it just
Yeah, that's the only one that I labeled.
So he's definitely credited with 1, possibly 2.
Yeah.
The rest of the soundtrack is John Powell.
Yeah. And then we have the Corellia Chase, Spaceport, Flying with Chewie, Train Heist, Marauders Arrive. Kind of weird. Train Heist is going to be like the beginning of the movie. Anyway, Marauders Arrive. Chicken in the Pot. Is this seat taken? L3 in the Millennium Falcon. Lando's Closet. Which is weird. Mind Mission. Breakout. The Good Guy. Reminiscent Therapy. Into the Mall. Gotta flip over my notes.
Gotcha.
Oh, God. Savarine Standoff. Good thing you were listening. Testing allegiance. Dyson Roll.
I figured we'd throw some solo music up while we do this.
Yeah,
Let me take a look at the list, because
that's the tail end. You might want to flip it over.
yeah, I mean it pretty much goes through a lot of stuff. Now the music that we're listening to is from the trailer, by the way.
You're the trailer.
So Meet Han, obviously Meet Han.
We
the
meet
Adventures
Han.
of Han is Han Solo's theme that John Williams created. Corellia Chase. My guess is that it's going to be the chase in the beginning that we've seen in the trailer of him like street racing essentially.
Yeah.
Spaceport. I'm guessing it takes place in a spaceport.
You don't say.
Flying with Chewie.
He flies with L3.
Makes sense. Train Heist makes sense. Marauders Arrive makes sense. Chicken in the Pot.
Porgs.
I'm guessing that's supposed to be something about possibly like the
Emphy's Nest.
like it's a trap. There's a
Yeah.
trap set, I think, is what's going for. Is this seat taken? I'm guessing is when they meet Lando.
Or Kira.
No, Kira's in the beginning of the movie.
But what if she comes back?
Maybe,
at that point?
but I bet you is this seat taken, because prior to this track listing, we see nothing that insinuates Lando, and then after that we have L3 and the Millennium Falcon, which Lando and L3 are together when we meet them, and then the next song is Lando's Closet. So my guess is that's
Do
the
you think he comes out of it?
Lando.
Yeah.
No, I think he does.
Being a pansexual.
Let's see, Mind Mission.
Do you
Again,
think it'll be a mind mission?
Breakout, The Good Guy, Reminiscent Therapy, Into the Mall, Savarine Standoff, Good Thing You Were Listening, Testing Allegiance, and Dyson Roll. Dyson Roll, I bet you he gets the dice for the Millennium Falcon. That's when he gets the Falcon. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't give us much, but taking a look at it, I think you can kind of get an idea of the plot and what's going to happen within the.
I'm telling you that gambling scene's going to be the end of the movie, and that's how he gets the.
No, it's not.
The
I
Falcon.
can't see it being the end of the movie.
That's gonna be
That's
the end
when
of the
they
movie.
meet. I bet you there's at the end there's going to be another gambling scene, but that's how they meet. They're going to meet at a gambling table. I'm telling you,
That's how we met, actually.
kind of.
I'll be the Lando to your Han. You have a better hairline than me, anyway.
All right, here you can.
Okay, so that was the track listing. We thoroughly went over it. So, I know how much you are into like fan films.
Yes.
Have you seen Star Wars Odyssey?
I actually did not watch that at all now.
It looks super good. I have a summary here. Sorry, sinuses. For those unfamiliar with Odyssey, the story follows Quinn, a boot rebel, on his first recon mission. When the mission goes horribly wrong, it's up to him, along with a group of reconnaissance rebels, to fight for their lives and beliefs against the rising empire. So maybe he's a Bantha spy or something. I don't know. I didn't really read too far into it other than that. I think I watched the trailer, but this was a while ago.
Interesting.
But it looks interesting. I'll probably give it a look. Don't quote me, but I think it's on Patreon.
It's kind of bizarre because, like, Lucasfilm they were always weird when it came to fan films.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not saying the fan films that were like, kids fighting with lightsabers and stuff like that. Like, they didn't care about that stuff.
But like kind of a unofficial fan.
Yeah, the fan films that they actually would have some problem with were the ones where people were dressing up as stormtroopers, as rebel soldiers,
and actually and real money's invested
and
in it.
acting and saying, this is a story that's taking place over here in the galaxy.
Yeah.
And then it got even worse when Disney acquired Lucasfilm. They were then like, no, none of that. So I'm kind of shocked that this has made it this far.
I think it's probably too far for them to be like, nah, just finish it. You know what I mean?
I mean, as long as they're not making money from it, then yeah they're fine.
That's probably when they actually release it. And they're like,
Yeah.
hey, $5 for a DVD. We got to pay these actors somehow.
Yeah.
So Obi-Wan standalone could possibly be in pre-production, and release date is spring of 2019.
2019?
Yeah, spring of 2019.
That's a year away.
Yeah,
It's not happening that fast.
that's what it was speculated to be.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Spring of 2019. That means that we would get 2 Star Wars films next year.
I'm down.
I mean, so am I, but it's
Especially
not
for
going
an
to
Obi-Wan.
happen.
It could. Don't rule it out.
I'm ruling it out.
It could happen.
I'm ruling it out.
Have faith.
I'm ruling it out.
Nah.
Look,
Don't worry. Bob doesn't know what he's talking about.
they would literally have to start filming yesterday for it to...
You don't know if they have. I don't know. If
I mean, technically we don't. Yes, you're right. But
It could
here's
have
the
already
thing.
been
Here's the
filmed.
thing. The way that things have been working so far in Lucasfilm, so you've Force Awakens filmed, like a month later, Rogue One filmed. A month after that was done, Episode 8 started filming prior to Rogue One being done, like, right prior. And then as Episode 8 was going, and right as they were finishing, Solo was filming. And because now, if everything would have worked out like it was supposed to, Episode 9 would have started filming about 6 months ago. And that would have been right as Solo was supposed to be wrapped. Filming. However, because of all the changes that were made, Solo had to go a little longer. Plus, they brought J.J. Abrams on, and they gave him 6 months to write a new script. So, essentially, like the way everything's working is, it's just not going to work out because Episode 9 is starting to film in July.
July.
So they utilize the same lot for all of the Star Wars movies in London.
Maybe
there's not going to be enough room
maybe
for...
they're just crossing it.
Episode
9's also Obi-Wan standalone film.
I just don't see... I mean, they could use a different lot. They could. I'm not saying that they have to use that lot. They could use a different lot. They could not use a lot at all. It could be all on location. Or they could just have smart schedulers where, okay, this month Episode 9 is on location and Obi-Wan's in the lot, and then this month it's vice versa. They can do whatever way they want, but I just don't.
It can happen.
It could happen.
You just debunked your own reasoning.
That's what happens. Basically, everybody's hearing me think out loud right now. So I just don't. I'm okay with one movie next year. I'm okay with that. And honestly, how I was just talking about not being Star Wars out, because I'm not, but I think that leaving us...
You want quality over quantity.
But leaving us blank, like leaving us with nothing for a year and a half at this point, because once Solo is out, we have nothing until December of 2019. So that's a year and a half. If I have no new Star Wars movie for a year and a half, my anticipation is going to be through the roof for Episode 9. Not that it isn't already, but it's going to be even more so because it's going to be a year and a half since I last saw a movie. So I think keeping it like that for that time frame, and then throw Obi-Wan out that spring. So 6 months, 7 months after Episode 9, and then hopefully that December we have like Ryan Johnson's first film, or the Game of Thrones guys' first film, or something like that.
Like how they have names, but that's just how we refer to them.
Yeah. So like I'd be okay with that. Doing that. Now, obviously, I don't know. I don't want them to rush it. I think that's my biggest problem.
It's the one everybody wants. Don't rush it.
And here's the thing with the Obi-Wan. Do you have anything else, or is that all you put on your paper?
No, that's all I have.
There was a quote unquote leaked plot detail thing that came out from, I think, was it TMZ got it?
Yeah, I think.
Now TMZ, I mean, they are somewhat reputable. I mean, they're a major outlet for gossip.
Tabloid.
Yeah, I mean they're a major gossip tabloid source. So take it as you will, but essentially the plot that they're talking about is simply that he's on Tatooine watching Luke, and he's protecting farmers. Like that's literally the plot that they said is the movie. Nice. And
I'm okay with it.
I'm not.
I'm okay with it.
I'm not. That just sounds
let's massacre sand people. Let's get it.
Like first off, like I've said in the past, you can't just keep Obi-Wan on Tatooine. You can't do it. Like I understand that he's there to watch over Luke. I get that. However, you got to remember immediately after Order 66, it's not just about preserving yourself and Luke. You want to preserve and help save as many Jedi as possible. It would not be surprising if Obi-Wan went out on a mission to try and help save other Jedi along the way.
Ran into Darth Vader once or twice?
No.
You don't want Darth Vader?
No. But here's the coolest thing, and I just think this would be such a cool concept, okay?
Make Starkiller canon.
So first off, at this point in time, Obi-Wan still believes that he killed Anakin, okay? He doesn't know Darth Vader's name. At the end of Episode 3, it's never spoken. Vader, he knows him as Anakin. He doesn't know him as Vader, okay? So what would be really, 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 really freaking cool in my eyes is Obi-Wan goes out and he's out scavenging for not rogue Jedi, but Jedi that are lost, that need help, and he's going to try and help them and like explain to them like, okay, we need to go in hiding, we need to hide, blah, 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 this stuff. But while he's doing that, Vader has an apprentice who he is sending out to do his bidding and killing Jedi. Okay?
So it's making Starkiller essentially canon.
Kind of Starkiller. It wouldn't be Starkiller, obviously, because they used the Starkiller name elsewhere, but they could use a character like Starkiller. All right? He's going out killing other Jedi. And the myth of Vader, okay? People think that this person is Vader, okay? Because he's using red lightsaber, and he's
just killing stuff.
He's killing Jedi. So people think they've heard the myth of Darth Vader. I think that's what they need to do. They need to kind of make him like a myth in this setting, in this movie, and make it where he's terrifying. Make it where people are deathly afraid of even the mention of Darth Vader. And Obi-Wan then hears about this, and he thinks that he's going to confront Vader. All right? But he confronts his apprentice, and he fights his apprentice and defeats his apprentice. But as he defeats his apprentice, Vader shows up, and he feels the presence of Anakin. And he's like, no, this can't be. And instead of staying and fighting because he's disoriented, he doesn't understand what's going on, he books it. And that's kind of how the movie ends. And he decides that, what's best is to protect himself is
to stay in hiding.
To go and hide.
And become Ben.
Become old Ben and watch Luke. And that's where the decision is made to sit and watch. I just think an idea like that, overall, just going out, trying to rescue other Jedi, bring other Jedi to safety, while Vader is hunting down with his apprentice these Jedi and killing them for the Jedi Purge, everything like that. Like, I just think that that's the better idea. Have him go out on an adventure. Don't have him sit on Tatooine. At least in the first, if you want to do a trilogy of Obi-Wan movies, sure, that could be the second or third one. Yeah. But I think an adventure, you have to get him off of the planet of Tatooine. It would just be so freaking boring for him to sit on Tatooine
and be a sand
and
farmer.
Save a bunch of farmers. Like, that's just stupid. All right, it's just dumb.
That's a TV show.
Yeah, and it's not a
that's
good
a special. That's a special. That's it.
Exactly. So that to me is what they need to do. Again, this was a thing leaked by TMZ, so it could be completely wrong, or it could be like the first 5 minutes of the movie, and the rest is what I said. You know, so
that would be cool.
Like that's kind of what
I'd pay you $20 for it.
So
if you called it, I'd just hand you $20.
That would be awesome.
Here you go. Man.
Good job, man.
Oops, I smacked so.
Yeah, so I want to see an Obi-Wan film. I've been saying that since Disney acquired Lucasfilm.
Everybody wants an Obi-Wan film.
Like, who doesn't want to? Ewan McGregor wants an Obi-Wan film. Yeah, so
give him a trilogy. He's like excited to be Obi-Wan.
He's one of those actors that just loved it. Like he loved the fact that he was in Star Wars. He loves the fact that he's known as Obi-Wan. So keep giving him roles.
He made the pew noise when he was lightsaber.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, get those people who are excited and want to play the characters. Get them in these movies. Get them in the role again if you can.
Yeah.
Like Samuel Jackson would love to play Mace Windu again. Find a way. You know,
like Clone Wars. Fucking
just do something.
Make it a political thriller. Give him a reason to say motherfucker like 10,000 times. Okay, that one can't be censored. Like it is what it is. They give them a reason to say it like 10,000 times.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, get these actors and actresses who really enjoyed playing and being in the Star Wars universe, give them a chance to continue being in the universe. So that's what I think they need to do. And I'm not upset that they've recast Han Solo, but...
I mean, they sort of had to.
Yeah, you had to, but why recast for a
Obi-Wan.
role... No. Why recast for a role like Han Solo and make a Han Solo movie when the outcry, or not the outcry, but the people want this over here?
Yeah,
where you don't need to recast, where you can bring in the people that you already have.
Yeah, who aren't going to fight you for it.
Who the fans are going to embrace. Meanwhile, that, I mean, there's been controversy since Alden Ehrenreich was cast as Han Solo, and there's going to be more after the movie's released. So that's just my opinion. Again, I love everything that it's Star Wars. I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
I'm going to see it. I'm just saying.
It's going to... You're going to see it, but you're not going to see it 4 or 5 times.
I mean, if I like it, I will, but...
Yeah, well, I don't know. Movie Pass.
$5 movies now, buddy.
Yeah, I know. But that's like $20.
$15.
Well, no, you're right. 15. Whatever. So the cast of the Solo movie received a standing ovation at Cannes or whatever.
Cannes.
There you go. So the movie can't be that bad.
I mean, everybody gets a standing ovation at film festivals.
We get a standing ovation at film festivals.
So reviews have been coming out for Solo a little bit here, and
I know Rotten Tomatoes gave it like a 74.
Yeah,
something along those lines. I don't remember exactly.
Solo, a Star Wars story, is curiously low-stakes blockbuster, an effect of a film... Whoops.
A film we didn't know we really wanted.
Oh, man. That's not what I wanted. Here, we'll do this.
The next tidbit of news will be funny. You'll get a laugh out of it. You want me to say it while you're looking?
So So Solo has a 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't care what Rotten Tomatoes says.
Yeah, that's probably people just purging.
But like these are some of the quick little reviews, the small reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Struck me as intellectual property, unconvincingly arranged into the shape of a movie. Nice. Its flawed central performance ultimately makes Solo a distinct disappointment. So those are a couple bad ones. Some decent ones. One of the lighter of the Star Wars adventures, entertaining as hell, but not particularly deep. It's tantalizing to wonder what the film that Miller and Lord would have been. Might it have offered a promising glimpse of what a less boilerplate Star Wars might look like? And things do feel shaky at first, but there's a spunk to Alden Ehrenreich's delivery, and once he settles in, a twinkle in his eye. So, I mean, those are some of the reviews you're hearing for Solo. I jump on Rotten Tomatoes because I do look at the reviews when it comes to what Rotten Tomatoes, what there is on Rotten Tomatoes.
My beef with those reviews, are we going to ignore the fact that a completely different director walked in halfway through the filming and redid the entire movie?
Well, like the one...
So as cookie cutter as it is, it's kind of what he had
the one person, the one person who gave, the one positive review, he talks about, he wonders what the Miller and Lord version would have been.
Yeah.
And he's actually saying that it might have been better, but who knows? I think the problem that people have right now is they think that Lord and Miller wanted to go a different way, and Kathleen Kennedy wanted to go this way, and the way Kathleen Kennedy wanted to go is what we've gotten for the last 3 movies already since Disney has acquired Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
Where Lord and Miller wanted to say, well, why don't we try something different that isn't that way? And that's the problem. I think that's where people are like, look, it would have been nice to have something a little different than what we're so used to getting.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it's at. So, again, I mean, Ron Howard jumped in and Kathy Kennedy was like, this is what I want. And he was like, all right, I'll do it. You're giving me a paycheck. Thanks.
Yeah.
You know, like that's pretty much what happened. I think what we're going to see those changes, those different types of Star Wars movies with the Rian Johnson trilogy, with the Game of Thrones guys trilogy, that kind of stuff. That's when we're going to see the different types of movies. Like Solo, you have to kind of stay a similar way because there's
That story's basically already told.
It's not already told, but there's a certain feel that Solo has to have because we know this character. We lived with this character for 40 years already.
You're 40
so
years.
We need to understand that, you can't change who the character is after 40 years. You just can't do that. Like, people would revolt. People would be upset.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a big reason why I think Kathy Kennedy was like, we got to go this way with it. Oh, I did this past weekend have a huge lightsaber battle with my son out in the park, so that was fun.
Yeah, no, I can tell you destroyed the lightsaber.
Yeah, he destroyed it.
Did he just go that hard on you, or?
He grabbed it with his hand and pulled.
Oh.
And I was like, you can't grab a lightsaber.
You're dead, man. You're dead.
your hand's falling off. So yeah, that's why you have a broken lightsaber there.
I was wondering. Now I'm playing with it.
But yeah, that's what I got for you on the review side of things.
So, Lando Solo film. Before you start, Premiere has retracted the statement about a Lando Solo film. So
when it came out, when the initial article came out, and Kathy Kennedy says, I knew, like, when I read the quote from Kathy Kennedy,
that was taken completely out of context.
It was taken out of context because she was like, "Sure, why not a Lando film after this?" Like that's kind of how it was stated. I mean, she stated it a different way than that.
Why not?
But exactly, it was just like, why not? And I knew, like, when I saw it, but I was like, you know what? Let's have fun with this. So I definitely threw it up into the group and was like, hey, sure, why the heck not? So I figured that it wasn't going to be true. However, I'm not going to say it's not completely true because some of the reviews that I have read is that he kills it. He kills it.
Well,
as
it's
Lando.
just Donald Glover, though.
So Donald Glover, like,
that's just what happens when you get a good actor.
I wouldn't mind seeing something, not a movie, but do a short. Like, why not do
Give us like a TV show?
I mean, do a quick Netflix. Well, not Netflix. Do the Disney app that's coming. The streaming app. Like, why not put something on there? Like, have Star Wars shorts where it's a 30 to 45 minute short about certain characters.
Yeah, you can build a lot of a universe that way.
You could. Like, this is how Lando became in charge of Cloud City. There you go. It's a 45-minute short. Donald Glover would probably love to do it because he liked playing the character. He loves being in Star Wars. Again, keep working these guys that love being in the franchise because they're the ones who are going to keep bringing fans back because it's the people who love working in it who are the ones that are the good actors and actresses in it. They're the ones that bring people and get butts planted in the seats.
Yeah.
So.
And Marvel, please cast him in as a Spider-Man, please. Different side note there. So, are you? Well, we kind of answered it. Are you looking forward to Solo?
Yeah, I mean, I want to see it.
I mean, we basically this has been the whole podcast, but
I want to see it. I'm just not as excited as I've been for other Star Wars movies.
Tits. I'm not even gonna ask the Obi-Wan one because we already talked about that pretty in depth. So this is a big one that we're gonna kind of debut here. So Star Wars Celebration is coming to Chicago 2019, April 11th through the 15th. You hyped about it?
I am pretty hyped about it.
Yeah, you should be because we're taking the show on the road.
Yeah, we're taking the show on the road. So it's pretty crazy because we've been talking about for 2 years, a year and a half. Now.
It was the brainchild. It was like 2 weeks into back in the day,
Well,
the
really,
remote control.
I mean, before even the remote control, because I think we were talking about it when we were
Yeah.
just working together before we were even on the podcast. Like, how cool would it be to go to a Star Wars Celebration type of thing? And once we started the podcast, then it was like, you know what, we need to get good enough so we can go
for 2019.
for 2019, because at the time it was like, hey, you know, we're not going to have one in 2018, sad face. But it worked out for us.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to get established well enough so we can, like, hey, let's go.
Not only did we establish once, we established twice.
So we definitely are going to be going. It's in Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago, Illinois. I've been to Chicago in the past. It's a nice, really nice city.
I've never been to Chicago.
A really nice city, big city, but it's nice. It's nice city. Now I don't remember it great because I was young whenever I went, but I do remember just being like in awe, like, wow, this is crazy. Like, compare it to Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
kind of
twice
like,
the size.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I have family that's out there, so I may at some point, like, hey, you know, I might go see my family, just say hi,
Yeah,
what's up? Because my cousin just had a baby, you know, I think a month or two ago. So I know it's a year away, but I don't think they're planning on coming here anytime soon. So I might get to see the baby then. So
I know Nicole said something. She's seeing it. She's going with us. She's going to be holding the camera most of the time. Sorry. She doesn't listen to Star Wars talk anyway. But she wouldn't see Big Sausage or something like that. There's something out there she wanted to see.
big sausage.
Yeah, I guess that's a big sausage. I don't really know.
No idea.
I forget. I don't.
The
quote me
only
on
thing that I think that I think you would really enjoy is going into, I don't know what they call it now, but Sears Tower. You know, the big building there.
I'd enjoy that. Honestly, we're gonna go to. We're getting 4-day passes. We're gonna be there 4 days. Probably gonna be there 6 days total, maybe.
Probably, yeah.
So we're
I'm
gonna
thinking
have-
if we can get there early enough, like the day before.
Yeah. We can go do stuff
Go
on a
go
Wednesday.
sightseeing a little bit. You know, like
Because then even Sunday we can just leave later.
Yeah.
Or Monday.
whatever. Yeah, whatever it is.
Whatever day.
Yeah. But no, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it'd be nice to go sightseeing a little bit. You know,
Yeah,
go
like
see
take it as a
things.
vacation.
Yeah. Have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of have it planned out so far. We just gotta wait till they tell us.
The tickets are going on sale, what, in June?
June 5th, I think. I know it's not. It's during this pay period. I think it's June 5th. And I know probably 4-day passes go really quickly, so I gotta be on my game there at work to get it.
Let's see what it says here. Star Wars Celebration. McCormick Place, April 11th through 15th. Tickets including multi-day, single-day, and VIP passes are scheduled to go on sale on June 5th at noon Central Time. So that'll
be 1 p.m.
1
for
p.m.
us.
our time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So, yeah.
So we'll be probably live streaming. We'll have podcast up.
Yeah, we'll do some live stream from Facebook. Facebook Live stuff.
Yeah, we'll have a camera. We'll have video up.
Yeah, we're gonna do everything we can to really make it a good experience.
We might
for
even
us and everyone
could
else.
even vlog the entire thing
Yeah,
from start to finish.
It'll be interesting because the one thing that I want to make sure, and this is going to be the tough thing because we're going to have to be in line for hours and hours, but I want to try and get into that panel for episode 9.
I'm down.
That's the only panel that I absolutely want to be at. So as long
I'm just
as
looking for the Funko Pops. Yeah, I gotta buy 2 of each.
But yeah, the panel, like most people for those panels, you know, the panel is at 11 a.m. usually, or sometime like, you know, or it's in the morning sometime, and people start lining up at like midnight.
That's
So
insane. So we're gonna be up there till like 1 p.m. or not 1 p.m. like 11 p.m.
so that day, whatever day that is, it's going to be an all-nighter going to the panel and then going probably blogging and doing an episode
shit
about it
all
and then
day.
passing out and then
waking up and
doing it again.
Hey, I like doing this stuff.
So it's exciting. I've been wanting to do a Star Wars Celebration for a while. I've been wanting to go to a big convention for a long time.
You know who we should ask? Maybe we can get Dejan on it.
Maybe.
He'd be like, hey man, we're taking train though.
Yeah. That'd be cool to get him involved.
And then we can just all get a giant suite somewhere.
Yeah.
Just all chill in the same place.
Yeah, we'll talk about Deej from Nerdtalkalypse is what you're talking about.
Deej. I don't know if does he listen to this one? Probably doesn't.
I don't know if he listens to Star Wars talk, but yeah, Star Wars folks, Deej Penhollow and Lane Stipe, they are the host of Nerdtalkalypse podcast.
Yeah, cool guys.
Really cool guys. We've been on their podcast once before. We're going to be on again, I'm sure. They're going to be on our Bridging the Geekdoms at some point. They're great guys. They do talk Star Wars from time to time. They actually have a couple Star Wars roundtable discussions. They had a huge, 4-hour long May 4th Star Wars podcast a couple years ago. So
God, our Infinity War one was 3 hours.
Yeah, so they're really cool. They're really knowledgeable of Star Wars. Probably not as much as I am, but
hey,
they're knowledgeable. So.
But no, it'd be cool if we can get them in on it. Oh my God, could you imagine that?
That would be so much fun, dude.
Dude, that'd be 6 days of us just partying. We won't even sleep for 6 days.
How do geeks party? Star Wars!
Star Wars, just pouring alcohol all over my body.
in Chewbacca costumes.
Yeah, just doing the Wookiee. I can't do a Wookiee noise, so I sound like I'm the autistic one. But the Star Wars Celebrations is hype right now.
Do you want to try and at least one day cosplay?
I'm down if we can get stuff to do it.
Yeah, like Jedi robes or something.
I'm totally
one
down.
day.
Nicole will judge us the hell and back.
We'll get her to at least put the buns in her hair.
Oh my God, yes. Get her dressed up. We can get her the Padme stuff, or not the Padme stuff, the Leia stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
We're gonna do it without her knowledge. I'm gonna be like, hey, why are you taking my measurements? Shh.
Can you measure her without actually measuring her?
Yeah,
just look at her.
just eye it up.
So yeah, but I can't wait for it.
Star Wars Celebration is going to be coming here soon in a year.
Yeah, it's a little less than a year. I'm sorry, less than a year.
It's like 11 months.
Yeah.
Well, by the time tickets go on sale, it'll be 10.
10 months. Yeah. I can't wait. Been wanting to do this for so long.
I know.
It's kind of upsetting that it's not in Anaheim or Orlando where Star Wars Land would be. But
Well, I mean, we can make a trip out there.
I'm planning at some point Star Wars Land, going to Orlando, going to Disney World for Star Wars Land, probably in 2020. But I'd like to not make that a business trip because my kids want to go. So
that would be pleasure for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you could blog the entire thing.
I mean, I'll definitely blog stuff, but I'm not saying you can't come. You can definitely come.
Yeah, I'll be coming and doing stuff.
So,
Colton, why are you drunk at Star Wars Land? Get off of me, Vader!
Oh crap! You see that?
Don't worry, Stormtroopers can't hit anything. Just continues to drink and they throw something at me, hits me. This isn't canon.
I'm gonna use the Force with this beer. Look,
it's disappearing. Yeah, no, that'll be me.
But okay, yeah. So
we got some stuff coming up.
We got some stuff coming up. Notes here.
Yeah, you got anything else? You want to throw some stuff in here?
Forces of Destiny you didn't talk about.
Yeah, because that's how relevant it is.
Forces of Destiny will be back the same day as Solo appears. You mean releases?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, you read my notes exactly.
Actually,
Forces of Destiny.
I do have a couple things. Okay,
cool. Adam.
So...
Wait, hold on. Let me give you the lightsaber. I reconstructed it.
Thanks. Similar to your father's.
Nice. It's the red rocket, yeah.
So, Solo.
Okay.
What is your expectation? Because we got what I know. Not what I know, but we talked about what I'm...
what you want?
What I want and what I'm thinking about it.
I want Chewbacca to die.
We haven't heard from you.
I want Chewbacca to die.
Chewbacca's not going to die.
No, I kind of hope that I know it's a Solo film, but we see Chewbacca's wife in the film. Kind of see some more about his life. Chewbacca's life, pre-Solo.
I mean, Life Day?
Yeah. Exactly. I don't really know. It's just gonna be a Solo film. I'm expecting him to be a rookie smuggler, he's 18 and doesn't really know what he's doing. Then he accidentally gets into a big heist, and that's where his criminal career takes off. That's exactly what I'm expecting.
Okay.
Expecting Donald Glover to be really good too. I just like him as an actor.
I just hope L3, everybody. For instance, I'm going to talk about droids here.
No, L3 cannot be K2SO.
That's my problem.
L3 cannot be that at all.
Well, see, I hated K2SO.
I did too.
I thought that he was the worst part of Rogue One.
Because his lines felt forced. Like,
But everybody loved K2SO. So I don't want them to do K2SO again because I don't want L3 to suck.
yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at with it. They're trying to. Here's the thing, like, you know, you take a look at episode 4, 5, 6, R2D2, 3PO. They were like the comic relief in a sense for the Star Wars trilogy, the original trilogy.
You can even go as far as say 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3, they weren't as
Jar Jar was 1.
they weren't as relevant in 1, 2, and 3 as they were in the original trilogy.
yeah.
And then we have BB-8 in 7, 8, and eventually 9. So, like, we've gotten good droids, you know.
Yeah. Stuff you
that's-
can take.
Even like Rebels did some interesting things with droids. Like Chopper is a great character of a droid. Problem here is K2SO I didn't think worked, and I'm worried about L3.
L3 probably won't work.
I'm just worried.
I mean, I like the concept of L3, like a self-building droid, like a what's the word I'm looking for? Advancing,
Self-aware, not self-aware.
self-building.
Self-repairable, repair. I don't know what you're going for, buddy.
Like self-building better.
Okay. Self-building better droid.
Yeah. Okay, that works. I like the concept of that, but like, don't make it annoying.
Yeah.
Like, I want that droid to basically be like, yeah, I'm funny, not like wedging humor down my throat. Yeah. Like, you're a side character, not the main character. Please shut up and get in line. Other than that, no, just ready to see Solo's career take off.
What about Star Wars Resistance?
Resistance? I hope
cartoon.
it's drawn like Avatar. It's not an anime. It can't be anime.
It's not anime.
It's anime style.
Anime influenced.
So it's gonna be like Avatar. As much as you don't want it to be, it's gonna be like Avatar.
Yeah.
Well, at least look like Avatar.
But I mean, what are your expectations for that? No, you didn't finish Rebels, right?
I hardly started Rebels.
Okay. I have a feeling it's going to be very similar to Rebels.
Yeah.
I feel that it's going to focus on a crew.
And their wacky adventures throughout space and time.
wacky adventures, just like you were focused on the crew, the Ghost crew in Rebels. I think that's what's going to happen.
I mean, I wouldn't say they're wacky adventures. They're probably going to kill people.
I kind of hope it doesn't happen like that because I want something different. Or I would like them to go back to the dynamic from Clone Wars, where it's like 2 or 3 characters that they really focus on and about their bond and about
and they add like the main. They add different characters along the way.
Because, like, Clone Wars enhances the movie experience. Like, if you watch Episode 1, Episode 2, then you watch Clone Wars, and then Episode 3...
It's so much better.
That fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin means so much more.
Yeah.
Because you just went on 90-episode ride of Clone Wars. I don't know how many episodes
I think it was 78.
But you went on that roller coaster of a ride with Obi-Wan and Anakin for an entire 5
seasons
and a half seasons because they got that like
the lost chapters.
The lost chapters
season.
So like that is why. So that's what I want Resistance to do. I want Resistance to do something like that where it leads into like with Poe Dameron or something like that. So when we get to The Force Awakens,
it kind of leads straight into The Force Awakens.
Wow, okay, I really like this character, and you can see them grow throughout that show.
Man, this is how bad I am with names. Who's the old guy you talked to in episode 7?
Lord Santeca.
Focus on him. No, that's too much of a time gap.
Yeah.
I mean...
Because the Resistance... I mean, I don't know, please, and this could be something I'm completely wrong on, but the Resistance doesn't really form until, I think, like a year or 2 prior to The Force Awakens.
I mean, but they were still fighting. They could still be fighting beforehand. Yeah. I guess. I mean, it's a little bit of a stretch.
Rebels was about the formation of the Rebels. Like, they weren't called the Rebellion until near the end of the series.
Yeah.
So the Resistance could be the build-up and lead-up to the Resistance. So
I don't know. I'm going to put that on the back burner for now.
I'm not, dude. It's coming out in, what, like 5 months? So.
Yeah, I got 5 months to figure it out. A week before it releases, you'll figure out how I feel about it.
All right. Well, I got nothing then.
Well, I'm happy. We've actually had... I feel like this was a good Star Wars episode.
Yeah, we haven't had a really good one for a while.
Or at all. Yeah. But, you have nothing else?
Nope.
Have a good day, sir. Have a good day, people. You must unlearn what you learn. Replaying from the midway point. May the force be with you guys. Bye. Have a good night. Tell your significant other you love them. It's important.
Remember, spade and neuter your pets.
Oh, come on, man.
Do it.
You failed me. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.